Another woman was locked down in her home with her abuser. While we waited, another girl was forced out of school, maybe never to come back. While we waited, another mother fed her children without feeding herself. In the year the world stopped, women's rights were reversed, undoing years of progress. As the world begins to turn again, we must begin to act. For the 1 in 3 women who have experienced violence in their lifetime, for the 47 million more women who are being pushed into extreme poverty because of the pandemic, for the 50% of the population who deserve 50% of the power. These are not my words, but these were the words which touched me to the core. These were the words which pained me during the last year. These were the words used for the campaign of the Generation Equality Forum Paris, convened by UN Women and co hosted by the governments of Mexico and France, which concluded in July 2021 with the announcement of bold gender equality commitments and the launch of a global 5-year action journey to accelerate gender equality by 2026. The 1995 Beijing Conference marked a significant turning point for the global agenda for gender equality. The Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action of 1995 has been the most visionary agenda for the empowerment of women and girls everywhere. Developed at the 4th World Conference on Women in Beijing, China, known as the largest ever gathering of gender equality advocates, the Beijing Platform for Action was adopted by 189 governments committed to taking strategic, bold action in 12 critical areas of concern: poverty, education and training, health, violence, armed conflict, economy, power and decision making, institutional mechanisms, human rights, media, environment, and the girl child. The year 2020, after 25 years since the Beijing Platform for Action set out how to remove the systemic barriers that hold women back from equal participation in all areas of life, whether in public or in private, showed us that despite some progress, real change has been agonizingly slow for the majority of women and girls in the world. A quarter of a century later, no country is even close to fully delivering on the commitments of the platform, according to a major stock-taking UN Women report. But the Generation Equality Forum's bold, action-oriented agenda gives us a lot of hope. With nearly 40 billion US dollars of confirmed investments, as well as the ambitious policy and program commitments from governments, philanthropists, civil society, youth organizations, and the private sector, the monumental conclusion comes at a critical moment as the world assesses the disproportionate and negative impact that COVID-19 has had on women and girls. Gender equality advocates have pressed for gender responsive stimulus and recovery plans to ensure that women and girls are not left behind as the world rebuilds. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever part of the world you are joining us from. Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade, GCPIT, Global Council for the Cluster Excellence in Research, GCCR, Confederation of Indian Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, CMSME, UFEST Diversity, along with our partners, SDG5 India, People of Impact UAE, Positive Ed Limited UK, Predixa UAE, Center for Environment Education Nepal, Southern Voice Peru, Innovation Technology Transfer Office FITT, IIT Delhi, Go Nomading Private Limited Singapore, True Complexion Malaysia, Impact Trackers Singapore, Griha Green Rating for Integrated Habitat Assessment New Delhi, India, the Energy and Resources Institute TERI New Delhi, India. We are proud to celebrate together the Global Sustainable Development Summit 2021 for unlocking the potential of SMEs for SDGs. A very warm welcome to all of you to day 5 of the summit, where we'll be focusing exclusively on SDG5, ensuring gender equality, and how SMEs can contribute towards achieving this global goal by 2030. I'm Aparna Kumar, the Global Co-Chairperson of GCPIT and your host for the event. On behalf of GCPIT, I express our heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for joining us today and supporting us and encouraging us always. Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade, or GCPIT, is one of the fastest growing organizations based out of India and South Africa with board and council member representation across the world. The objective of this organization is to implement relevant major national development strategies, promote foreign trade, bilateral investment, and economic and technological cooperation, carry forward cooperation with overseas trade promotion counterparts, receive overseas high-end trade and economic delegations, and much more. GCPIT supports entrepreneurs through its 3 verticals, which are the MSME growth vertical, where we handhold and support the existing SMEs, the W Combinator, where we empower and support women entrepreneurs and leaders, and the SDGs Global Impact Startups, where we encourage startups focusing on the SDGs. The last whole year, we have organized many premium online events like the Global Women's Business Summit, the Womenomics Global Mission, the Global Technology Summit, the Global Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship Summit, the Global Women in Trade Summit, only to name a few. Now we are on a mission to empower 10,000 SMEs and 10,000 women in businesses globally through our Brand 10,000 SMEs and Brand 10,000 W Combinator mission by 2025. As part of this, we are launching the Women in Business Cluster, where we aim to support women entrepreneurs to develop their skills, network, and at the same time connect to potential buyers virtually sitting at the comfort of their homes. At GCPIT, we are constantly on the lookout for new and innovative ways to assist businesses in expanding their global reach. We look forward to all your support and collaboration for creating a positive change in the society through our humble initiatives. We launched the Global Sustainable Development Summit on August 27th, and we had a galaxy of speakers from across the globe discussing SDGs 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the last 4 sessions. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and its 17 Sustainable Development Goals, adopted by world leaders in 2015, as we all know, embody a roadmap for progress that is sustainable and leaves no one behind. Achieving gender equality and women's empowerment is integral to each of the 17 goals. Only by ensuring the rights of women and girls across all the goals will we get to justice and inclusion, economies that work for all, and sustaining our shared environment now and for future generations. Ultimately, to achieve each one of the SDGs, each and every one of us need to do our part. We have a long way to go, and we are in this together. Today, the day on which Swami Vivekananda gave his iconic speech in Chicago, I would like to conclude with his words, which I believe each one of us need to carry in our minds. He was, I believe, one of the greatest advocates of gender equality of his time, who said that the best thermometer to measure the progress of a nation is its treatment of its women. He also said there is no chance of welfare of the world unless the condition of women is improved. It is not possible for a bird to fly on one wing. And when someone asked him why the ladies of your country don't shake hands, he replied, ordinary citizens cannot shake hands with a queen, and in our country, every woman is a queen. Let us all believe that we are all queens, and as his famous quote goes, let us arise, awake, and stop not till the goal of gender equality is reached. Thank you once again to all of you for joining us today, and thank you, dear partners, for your unconditional support. Let us now listen to the keynote address on SDG5, Gender Equality. To deliver the